What's up everyone, this is Mark Mercado and I drive for Roehl Transport. I started on September of 2018 and I thought of creating this video about the Get Your CDL program for those that might be interested in it. Now keep in mind that this is based off my experience and mine might be different from yours, so take it with a grain of salt. So before I started on this program, or before I started working on this company, I looked through multiple companies that does the schooling, and be sure you do your due diligence and read and hear from a lot of people based off of their experience, and base one off of your own, because what one person's bad experience might be good for you. So a couple of prerequisites before they get you on board. They obviously want to know you're serious because they are going to be investing in you. So I had to get my own CDL permit and to also get my own medical paperwork. Now those things were out of my own pocket, but it was pretty inexpensive and I was really dead serious about getting the job, and so I went for it. So there is a catch when it comes to paying for your trucking school, obviously, and that catch was for about 120,000 miles, maybe a little bit over that, but that's pretty darn reasonable. And I've been about 6 months into it, and so far I've clocked over 50,000 miles while taking quite a bit of home time, and so a lot of people can manage that within 1 year. Now the trucking school that I was assigned to is the one off of Gary, Indiana. Now coming from Utah, it was a little bit of expense when it comes to fuel, but if you do live within a certain distance, they do reimburse you for lodging, so be sure you asked about that. Now in my case, I didn't know about it, so I slept in the car. Well, could have used that information a little bit sooner, right? So something to be aware of, which is something that I wasn't told to begin with, is that you will be rooming in with one other person. However, you are lucky enough to get your own bed, so it was quite a bit of a surprise to find out that you're gonna get a roomie, so hopefully it's somebody you get along with. If not, they can switch you over. So a couple other bonuses that I had when I first got settled in is the hotel that I was assigned to had some pretty awesome complimentary breakfast, and other than that is I was lucky enough to get a shuttle on day one. So after you get settled in, they'll have you coordinate with the other students and arrange a ride from A to B. The first day of class consisted of a lot of paperwork and a lot of classroom work, and so if that's really not your strong suit, like how I was falling asleep about half the time, then as long as you get through that first day or two, then you'll be fine. If you are going flatbed, they are going to do some testing just to make sure you can handle some of the physical demands. So once you get past the awesome first day or two of paperwork and classroom work, you do go hands-on pretty quick. And so if there's something that you're falling behind on, that you're not too sure how to do a certain technique, they will work with you as much as they can just to get you up to speed. I fell behind in quite a bit of places and they helped me get to it. Now, passing the CDL test, other people made it seem like it's a whole lot worse than what it really is. If you really know the pre-trips like the back of your hand, which you'll get enough practice on, and you drive as you normally would on a day-to-day basis, and not mind how everyone else is screwing up on certain things, and work on what you personally need to work on, you'll pass the first time. Now keep in mind that I want you to take this information with a grain of salt, because these were the conditions and offers at the time of my beginning of employment, and so it might change as the year progresses. And so the pay is $500 per week, and it's paid on the third week, and the pay is weekly. And so be sure you have all your ducks in a row, because you won't be getting paid for that first 2 weeks or so of when you're in it. So that's one big thing that people are stressed about, is the better prepared you are for those dry times until it's payday, the better off you'll be and less worried you are in school. Now the topic that came up quite often is the pay, and how for others it seemed pretty low. But if you think about it, if you go to an outside CDL school and pay for it out of your own pocket, the hotel accommodations, the free lunch that they give you while you're in training at the Gary terminal, it's pretty fair. So I hope you enjoyed this video. One last thing I forgot to add to complete the whole Get Your CDL program and going solo is after your schooling, they pair you with a trainer for about 3 weeks, and you get paid at the time of my employment $90 per day, and after your trainer sees that you can pass the test, you'll test with someone else, and then they get you on your own. Good luck!